Okay.
Action!
Action. Alrighty, sir. Can you please tell me your name and the name of your farm?
Hi, the name of my farm is called Small Kine Farm. At, that's in Waimanalo. My name is Fung. My last name's Yang. And we grow certified organic portobello mushrooms. And we are the one and only one organic mushroom farm in the state of Hawaii.
Wow. Big deals. Big
Yeah,
deals.
small kind.
Small kind, small kind.
Small kind.
Where can people find your mushrooms, or where do you sell your mushrooms?
Because of the scales of this farm, we focus, the small scale of this farm. So what we focus is direct marketing to the end user or end customer, which mostly are local restaurants, because they can pay us on time every time and give us better pricing. So you will find a lot of these mushrooms on their menu under Small Kind Farm or local organic mushrooms. And if we have overproductions or bumper crop, what we do is we will go to farmers market to sell them. And we do work with a few specialty grocery stores like Kokua Market, Down the Earth, Whole Food. Those are the specialty grocery stores that carry these mushrooms on regular basis. And so that's where you can find the mushrooms.
And most people have seen them. How long have you been in business?
Well, depends on what your definition of in business.
Okay.
So you mean, in the very beginning, we start out as a for-profit farm. It is not a hobby, but we didn't get the profit until, we didn't actually break even until last year. So it was a rough ride, and we started in 2009. This year is 2008. If you do the math correctly, that's about 9 years.
Yeah, 18.
And
yeah.
most of the time of this farm, we lose money for the first 8 years.
Oh,
We lose
okay.
money, but we are very persistent, and we believe in the product. We believe in what we know, and believe there is a market for this. Well, we stuck in there for 9 years and invest our time, our sweat equity.
Always only mushrooms or other stuffs?
Because of the process and the complication of this product, we don't really have other time and resources to focus on other product. This is very specific. A lot of moving parts. We are growing from the scratch. Like we use waste from the tree trimmers, like local organic waste, to produce organic mushrooms. And we have tractors, we have computer sensors, we have composting that is highly sensitive to temperature, oxygen level, and ammonium level. And we have to deal with the weather, not the direct impact of the crop itself, but the indirect impact. For example, like all the crops are grown in a shipping container. What if there's no power? Then the shipping container heat up, and we cannot keep the temperature low enough to keep the mushroom alive. So it's not direct impact, but it's indirect impact. For example, we have a flood like a month ago in Waimanalo. Technically, if a big flood comes in here, all the container will float. So we will survive. But the electricity get cut off, and then the floating container does not help.
Yeah.
So
ripples.
So it's like a indirect effect will affect us.
What do you think is why are you farming? Why do you like to farm? It seems like it was so hard. It's been
Yes.
so hard. How come?
Farming, it is not a way to get rich quick. If you guys are looking to get rich quick, do something else. There are plenty other way to do for you to make money. So, but if you're looking for a quality of life that can benefit yourself, your family, your community, and your future generations, this is where you're gonna do it. And this is where you're gonna see the most impact for your investment, because it's gonna last for a long time. The impact that you do to your community, the impact have it in yourself, and the impact have on your daily life is mostly a choice of your lifestyle and quality of life. Bottom line, that is the bottom line.
Bottom line.
Uh-huh.
And for small kind mushrooms, or for your farm, is there a mission that you have, or what is your brand stand for? What does your farm stand for? What do you
Well, the mission is that from the very beginning, I have vision of my mission. The vision of my mission is to demonstrate to people waste is a resources. So by underutilized waste, like organic waste, you can actually produce very useful product. We have two prime product that we produce here. Mushroom is the number one, that's the money maker. But we also have a byproduct that is called SMS, that stands for spent mushroom substrate. That's after we produce a mushroom, the growing media become a perfect amendment and fertilizer for plant and vegetables, because the organic matter has broken down by the mushrooms and by the fungus and microorganisms, and it has enzymes, it has all the nutrients and minerals that the plants need to grow, to fruit, to become healthy. So that is the second product. And in this entire growing process, we produce zero waste. That means we bring in waste and we produce two products. And the ultimate goal is, I hope this can become a showcase for other businesses or other farms that utilize waste, which we have a lot in this island, and turn that into other useful products that will benefit the community. In the same time, you can make some money as well.
How long have you been here?
Been here in Waimanalo in this lot. Well, we started as a recycling company back in 2005.
Oh, okay.
And then we still offer recycling programs, collect paper, mostly cardboard, to businesses. So since 2005, and I have this vision of all this waste material we collect. What can we do with it? And after many years, 4 or 5 years of like research, try and error, and then realize, oh, organic matter is something that we can utilize. That's when we started research and start looking into using organic waste to produce mushroom. That's in 2009.
And how big is your farm?
The farm is very small, just like the name implies, small kind farm. We only have area about 10,000 square foot, and that's including office space, composting area, grow rooms, and material storage. So it's very small, low impact, compact, and high productivity operation.
Plans for expansion?
Yes, we do have plans for expansions.
Okay.
The plans for expansion is to build 100% multi-level off-grid mushroom farms in the first level, and the second level will have either office space or other type of mushrooms, or hydroponic, or even like other small crops in the top of the mushroom farm. And on top of that, we will have solar panel that generate electricity to support the mushroom farm and a second level operation for whatever that farm might be. So that will be that I would like to call a multi-level agriculture off the grid complex.
Yeah, exactly. I said, I wonder what you would call that. That is exactly what you would call that.
Yeah, so mark my words, and hopefully I can get it done within the next few years, and you can come back and interview
Yes, again.
again for this multi-level off the grid farming complex.
Yes, that's great. And we talk a lot about for GoFarm and agribusiness. We've worked with a lot of different businesses, small agribusinesses in Hawaii. Can you tell us how did you first find agribusiness? How did we first come in contact with you? Because you kind of you were working with agribusiness kind of from a long time ago.
Yes, from the very, very beginning. So I think what I did is when I first started this business, I did a lot of researches and talked to a lot of people. So most likely, I'm not sure exactly how I get the information of this. The agribusiness used to call API.
Yeah, AIP.
AIP, AIP.
Yep.
And then I think I stumbled up and crossed them in one of the literature, or like just based on like a lot of research I done with the university, online research, and talk to people about where to get funding, how to get help, and then who I should talk to, just by this personal mycelium network that I created myself, and somehow I get a hold of you guys, and then start working with you guys, and it was a tremendous amount of information that you guys provided to me, and also a lot of helps to get me to where I am right now. So I like to say a big mahalo to you guys for getting me into where I am at right now.
We just can't wait for the multi-level off-the-grid agricultural complex.
Oh, you got it. Nice.
That's great. Okay, now last two questions. First one, what would you say is your biggest fear in farming?
Biggest fears in farming, for me or for like other farmers?
For you.
For myself, biggest fears of the farming is about farming in general.
Yeah. Do you have any fears about being in farming, or it's hard for farmers,
Right.
So there's a lot of but maybe you don't have. Are you not afraid of anything in farming? Or
No, I do have some concerns
Yeah.
about farming, and mostly has to do with location base, because all my equipment, all my farming practices is off the ground and tied to the grid, electricity grid right now. And if I have to move, and that is easy enough for me to do it, but it is a big pain in my okole. But I don't really want to do it unless I have to, but if I have to, I will do it. So, however, that's for us. For other farming, they plant everything on the ground. Just trying to move a plant on the ground with the roots and stuff, it is practically not possible. So for other farming, I would say have a secure, long-term, sustainable lease. That's really important, and that's what I believe that's the most fear for other farm. For me, that would be one of my fears. And other than that, we have come across a lot of obstacles and problems in the farm and for the last 9 years, and I don't have any big issues other than that right now.
Yeah.
So which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Uh-huh.
That is pretty good. And oh wait, maybe a couple more.
Oh, okay.
And then, what do you think is the greatest opportunity in agriculture?
Well, biggest opportunity in agriculture, we are living in this isolated piece of land that's 2,500 miles away from everybody. And if you position yourself correctly in the right place, find a niche, you can capture this market and all this audience on this island. And for other competitors to come in, they have to come across a big hurdle. And people normally looking at competitions based on price. What I want to do is we compete in quality. Yeah, quality. So I would say compete in quality. That's our competitive advantage as a local small scale farm. If you can compete in quality and then you find yourself a niche, that is something that will set yourself apart from other farming in the mainland. If you try to compete in price, there's no can. You cannot win your battle. So focus on what you're good at and just do what you're good at, and then let other people compete on price. Yeah, don't get into that price war.
That's good. That's good. Okay, now last one. Last question is, if you could have a word of advice or a final message or thought for anyone who wants to get into the farming industry or is supporting the farming industry, what is your message? What is your message to people about farming?
For people who come in, and then I would say farming, it is, if you want to make a small amount of money in farming, you kind of have to start with a large amount of money so that at the end you have a small amount. So that was just a little bit of the truth aside.
Yeah.
But you do have to have the persistency and also have the time, and also you do have to have a little bit of money to start with, because either the government's money, grant, or your own money, because first few years of farming you're not gonna be able to become profitable right away. You need to set or reserve a little bit side money so that you can hunker down for a few years, so your big pile of money becomes smaller and smaller, and then later on you become bigger. so that's still truth. To start farming, I think you will need a bigger amount of money in the beginning, and then you will see your money getting smaller and smaller and smaller during farming, and then if you do it right, that amount of money will slowly create more and more money. So what I'm saying is you need to be here for the long haul. Short-term vision, short-term gain is not in this farming business. You're gonna be here for the long haul, and maybe minimum 5 to 10 years planning horizon. Like that's where you want to plan on. 1 year, 6 months planning horizon, you better go off to do something else, like work for someone else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then what about the consumer? What do you want the consumer to know?
The consumer, for us, is really important. You can pay the farmer or pay the doctor. So focus on quality of what you put into your body. You are what you eat. So focus on the quality, not the price. Maybe the fruit looks identical from the outside, but what's inside, what the nutrients is in the fruit and vegetables, it's a big difference. Local, organic, fresh is the best. That's the bottom line again.
Bottom line, that was great. Thank you, sir. That's all she wrote. All call. Yay.
How did I do?
Great.